Okay, let's see here. No, damn well there wasn't a restriction on that video. Fuck off, dude. Ah, what's up, G2? How you doing? Sorry, I'm just still uploading. Apparently gotta turn on monetization. Gotta turn it on for each individual video. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why isn't there a thing on YouTube where you can just click the thing where all of your videos that you upload are monetized until they find that there's a good reason to unmonetize it? Like, is that not fair? Why do I have to remember every single stream, go in, click monetization on before I start the stream? Are we fucking joking? I mean, it's not making me jack shit, but it's the principle, man. It's the principle. What's up, Warped? And what's up, Linux? How you doing today? And also, Krillin, how you doing today? Jesus loves you. Gracias. How you doing, Juan? You have iOS 26. It's so good. iOS makes me think that it's probably not very good. Sounds tedious. It's pretty tedious. It gets to me. It gets to me. It gets to me. The hell? Fruitager? I feel like I just said a slur. Is this broken phone radio? Indeed it is. What's up, Grandang? Don't say that though. I have two phones now, and I really hope not to break either of them. Blessed than you. I'm doing. It's a day. I've been busy recently, dude. I've been packing. I've been packing. Been packing more than I normally do, and because I got to move out on the first. So, well, by the first. So, yeah, I've been busy. I've been just trying to take it easy. I am an Android user. Yeah, I love Android. Love it. iOS is the walled garden. Like, sure, it looks nicer for the average. I wouldn't even go that far with the newer Samsungs. Like, I don't know. There's just so much more you can do with it. You rather have a BlackBerry than an Android? That's oof. How's your Strife? My Strife is strifing, man. It's strifing pretty bad right now. How you doing? How's your knife? How's your Strife? How's your life? How's your wife? How's your plife? All that good stuff. Um, let's see what we got here. Who the fuck reacted good boy to my most recent notification? Who did this? Nah, who did this, man? Bruh, who reacted good boy? Who did this? How do you see who reacted on Discord? Who did it? Like, why are we doing this? Good boy. Why did he separate it with a pregnant man? Are we fucking joking? Like, hello? Am I just like, huh? Hope the move goes smoothly. I hope so too, man. I really do. Cause I don't need I can't afford it to not go smoothly. You don't understand how close I am to just I am one bad day away from tragedy. You don't get it. Nobody gets it. It is just like I feel good most days, but it's just like one thing goes wrong. My hand's healing up decently okay. I gotta move out because my landlord's a piece of shit. I've been praying, paying my rent faithfully for the past 6 years. This motherfucker still can't fix my shit. And then like triple down and said, like you can just get out then. Are we fucking joking? Hello? Like what? Like, huh? At least it's the summer, but like I'm just so stressed out finding a new place and all that good shit. Look at Discord. What do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here? It looks okay. It looks fine. Looks decent. Aesthetics. I don't know. If you get mad, do you see red? Not really. No, not really. It's not what I do. I don't know. I don't really see anything. I don't just like blackout or anything. I just feel mad, you know? Yeah, family members in the faith healing cult, they're actively falling for the leg growing trick. No fucking way, Zuver. Seriously? God damn, man. Sheesh, dude. Fuck, man. I hope they snap the fuck out of it. I hope they lock in. That's all I can say for that's all I can hope for you. I hope your family locks in. Skepticism tonight, nachos tomorrow. Solid little combo. How you doing today, Voodoo Child? What made you think there's no God? I just don't see any evidence for one. It's a claim made without evidence, so I treat it the same way I treat other claims made without evidence. Do you guys believe Big Bang? Yeah. Big Bang is they have more than enough evidence showing that it happened, so yeah. Yeah, of course, why not? Subjective or objective morality opinions? Subjective. When you talk, like, I think subjective morality best explains why there are people born who genuinely don't know how to exercise the empathy that most humans experience. What's up, Bobby? Good to see you. We're so back. We are so back. What's up, Mr. Gecko? Galad is real. Is Galad real? Galad is real? Who the fuck is Galad? Who? Anyway, he's real, coming back and taking everyone as followers with him. Do it. I'm waiting. Trust me when I say I'm waiting. I am waiting with bated breath. My fucking legs are crossed. My fingers are crossed. I did the hamburger bun with my penis and my balls. I am waiting to get this motherfucker down here so he can take his followers away. Please. Please, 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 please do it. I am waiting. I am waiting. Please do it. I am begging God to do it. Come down here, take your followers, take them back up with you so the rest of us can give women reproductive rights. I'm waiting for it. I just, you know. They actively ignore any evidence I provide about it being tricks. Sounds like they just want to believe in it at that point. I'm so sorry, Zuver. I'm so sorry. I hope you I don't know. I hope they snap out of it eventually. An Australian spider is caught interest in his live stream. Hell yeah! What's up, Xenon Edits? Yeah, let's tell that spider I said what's up. Good to see you. And how's this knife doing? How you doing this night? I've been busy the past few days, but I mean, I'm going to be busy for the next couple weeks too. Other than that, stress the fuck out. How about yourself? Did I clean the mic? Yeah, I cleaned the mic. I cleaned it right after I got off. Got off in more ways than one. But no, I cleaned the mic. It's clean. I'm not Obama, dude. What the fuck, dude? No, I'm not Obama. How long ago did you deconvert? What triggered it? It's funny that you asked that. I quite literally, when I say literally just, I mean, I shit you not, if you check my uploads, like, it should have either be uploaded now or uploaded, like, in the past 10 minutes. I just uploaded the story of why I deconverted, but the long and short of it is that I looked at the evidence and found all of it unconvincing. That's why I left. He already came? Me too. What's up, Prajwell? Good to see you. How's your day going? These streams keep me sane. How do you think I feel? Not much better. Not much better. I'm taking on everybody else's insanity just for you. You should be grateful. You should be thrilled, and you owe me your life. Also, what's up, Joshi? Why don't you believe in God? I don't see any evidence for God being real. Are you hooked on any hard drugs? Not hard drugs. I don't know if I would count nicotine as a hard drug, but if you do, yes. If not, no. I've done a lot of hard drugs, but I haven't been addicted to any of them. Opinion on lazy Matt Man. I'm not sure who that is. Fuck it. Let's do it really quickly while we got. Let's see what we got in here. Who is this? 448,000 subscribers and who? I don't have any, like, what does he do? It's like video game streams and stuff. I don't know. Seems kind of Zoomerish for me, but yeah, make that money, man. Make that money. Not all Australian spiders are evil. Some are just living like life like you people. Yeah, they just look evil. That's all. What even gives you purpose in life? I think that's up for you to decide. I don't think I can tell you. I think it's up to you to look at your own life, figure out where you want it to go, and then define that as your purpose. You sound like you have a beard. I don't know how to explain it. No, I get that one a little bit. I have a mustache, and it connects like on the sides of my mouth to my, like a little chin hair, like a beard. But Nothing really on my cheeks. I keep my cheeks shaved. I can't really grow things on them, you know. Uh, God or Flamin' Hot Cheetos? Flamin' Hot Cheetos every day of the week. I hear nicotine's good for the gym. I mean, if you like caffeine, then it'll do the same thing. It's just all the extra shit that comes with it, right? Also, it's up rip. You know, if you but like patches, maybe like things that don't like if you fuck up your lungs, like the thing that you use to take in oxygen, then that's not gonna be very good for the gym, even though the stimulant that you're taking in is good for the gym. What's up, Jesse? Good to see you. Only Mormons would count nicotine as a hard drug. Yeah, these motherfuckers don't even drink Dr. Pepper because it has caffeine in it. Frylock movie, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Are you homeless? Not yet. If I take nicotine before the gym, I have less energy. Sounds like you have like ADD or something. Banana? What about banana? You have handlebars? Not really. Like like from my beard, I mean my mustache, it goes like straight down. I don't know how to describe it. Like imagine a mouth area that's fully, you know, encased on all sides in facial hair, and that's what I look like. Do you think religion does any good? Like, do you think any charity missions are a good thing? I think it does some good things, and I think it does some bad things. But I try to put like people first, religion second. I don't think it's the religion that's causing people to do good. I think it's good people that cause them to do good. As evidenced by the fact that there are plenty of atheists that do good, and also plenty of Christians that do bad. I think it's there's also Christians that do good, obviously atheists that do bad, but you know, it's I don't think religion has that kind of power ultimately, if we really, really think about it. What triggered the Big Bang? I don't know, man. Scientists don't know. It's impossible to say what the laws of physics were prior to the expansion of our current universe, so I don't know. What's up, DLX Crusader? How you doing today? They drink Coke now? Coke or like, you know, Coke, like, you get me? What made you stop being a Christian, and are you spiritual? So I left my faith after about a year and a half of deconstruction, and deconstruction is just critically thinking about why you believe what you believe, interrogating your faith, taking it apart layer by layer, piece by piece, and checking to see if you find any veracities in the claim of the faith, and ultimately for me, a veracity in the claims of the faith, sorry. And ultimately for me, after about a year and a half of that process, I just came to the conclusion that I don't believe in anything supernatural or divine. Am I a spiritual? Not even a little bit, personally. Guess what? You gotta find shit. Let's go, Burr Pop. Find shit. You can do a handlebar mustache. I feel like a handlebar would look kind of weird on me. Like any of that kind of hipsterish stuff would. I don't know. Maybe like gang, 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 gang. Sounds hypocritical. What does? They drink Coke because they own stock in Coca-Cola, no coffee. Fucking course. Fucking course. Where does your definition of good comes from? I don't know. It's subjective, but generally I try to go for like favorable versus unfavorable, empathetic versus apathetic or not empathetic. If a God were to exist, do you think it'd be possible that all religions are human interpretation of the same incomprehensible God? I think intuitively no, just because there's like a lot of polytheistic religions out there, so I wouldn't say it's like one God that they're interpreting. I feel like that's a little bit reductive, but I mean, possible, sure, but you know, why do humans have such widely different interpretations? Like, why do we have such mutually exclusive lores behind something that's ultimately that, you know, only one people got right, or that nobody got right necessarily? I don't know, just better explained under religions being like a result of cultural trends rather than everybody being appealing to the correct thing in some way, right? What's up, Jason? Good to see you. How's your day going? Going? Coming? Gotten? I don't know. How you doing today? You should get a toothbrush mustache at 10K as a tribute to Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin's not the one that's gonna be gonna be tributed to when I get that kind of a mustache. Fuck no, dude. And plus, like, I can't really grow like, you know, like I can grow like hair on top of my lip and it's full or whatever, but from my nose down to my lip, I can't really grow that. It's kind of, so it looks normal, but I couldn't pull off a Chaplin, as we're gonna call it. I'm not doing a Charlie Chaplin mustache. The beard grown on you normally? The facial hair I have now is what grows the best. Like what comes in on my cheeks and like under my chin and stuff like that. It just comes in patchy and never really grows that quickly. Not so much like it's just like patches and tufts random, but it's like it's not full at all. So it's just not worth it. I always just chop it off. Sounds like you gave in to your flesh. It's okay, brother. Take a break. Find yourself in the woods. God bless. Oh, here we go with just like the baseless accusations to keep our religion beyond reproach. Hope you have a good rest of your day, though. Isn't it apathetic to respond to a question of what caused the Big Bang with "I don't know"? No, it's not apathetic at all. Firstly, it's a moral claim that was being talked about with like apathy versus empathy, and not knowing what caused the Big Bang isn't a moral claim. But even beside that point, apathy means not to care. What you're thinking of is ignorant, not knowing something. And even the most renowned physicists on the planet don't know what happened before the Big Bang. It's physically impossible for us to figure it out using our current understanding of physics. So I know that trying to like chop down my acceptance of the Big Bang makes you feel a little bit better about maybe your beliefs in some way, but just trying to get in where you fit in to try to chop it down, it's just not going to fly with me. Jesus loved me. Not good for him. Good for him. Good for him. I feel like every religion tries to find a way to take jabs at other religions. Yeah, especially the higher control ones, right? I'm gonna take a shot of whiskey every time you skadoosh someone tonight. Probably not in your best bet for your liver. You should probably like maybe half a shot. I don't know. Shot of beer, maybe. I don't know. Religions developed over time, especially monotheistic ones, are product of developments and thinking that happened over a long time frame. That is true. That is 100% true. Was it that some people get it easy and others have to work extra hard, but they might or might not get it? I couldn't tell you personally. I think it's just I don't know. I wouldn't say people get it easily because I don't think there's necessarily anything to objectively get. I feel like most people just accept things without good evidence better than other people do, right? A Christian on TikTok just told me the stars don't move. What a fucking moron. Also, what's up, Oos? Find yourself in the woods, bro. I'm right now. Yeah, exactly. I'm surrounded by wood right now. Got wood in my pants, and you never were a Christian by our Father God. Whatever you got to tell yourself, Rick Davison. It's honest to say we don't know what caused the Big Bang. Yeah, not only is it intellectually honest, but it's scientifically honest too. You're so drunk right now? Hell yeah, dude. Cheers, Curtis. Cheers. Do you believe there's anything after death? Besides like worms eating your body, not personally, no. I think that's just it. You die. As far as what you experience, I think nothing. Like not you experiencing blackness or just like floating through infinite void or anything like that. I think there's just no you whatsoever. Like I love making up dates for this, but it's like what you experienced on January 2nd, 1800. Nothing, because you didn't exist yet. I think it's like that all over again. Saying God did it is ignorant, I 100% agree. I have a theory that a white hole made the Big Bang. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but let me just say I should probably grow up. Saying I don't know instead of can we find out is apathetic. I mean, we can find out. I'm leaving it up to the people to, I don't know why you're trying to antagonize so much over this like complete and total kitchen sink of a point, but beside the point, that's what the people who actually have degrees in physics, unlike me, are trying to do. Unlike you, they're trying to figure out what happened before the Big Bang. They're doing the math. They're looking at the findings, figuring things out. So, admission of a current lack of understanding doesn't make it apathetic. I don't even, at this point, I don't even know what to tell you, right? Like, I don't know where to go from there. I feel like you do now. I feel like you're just being disingenuous at this point. I always thought faith is more of a humanity than science. Life without religion, to me, would be like life without music or art. Such as inconceivable, but I don't think the world will be emptier. But you think the world will be emptier. In my experience, that hasn't been the case. I can't speak for other atheists or former Christians, but for me personally, I started appreciating the world around me a lot more, knowing that this is my only time to get it, and that the natural processes of the very reality I find myself in allowed it to be this way. I think that's pretty gorgeous, actually. I'm very behind on comments, but I do want to like, since it's like early in the stream, I want to like be more linear with it. Atheist or agnostic? I'm both. I don't know if there's a God, but I don't believe there's one. Should we draw some 18 plus Trump x Elon fan art and post it in the Discord? I'd prefer if you didn't. I'd prefer if you didn't. Used to be an atheist like 2 years ago, believing in science, but then I realized there are some cases where science can't answer. And then I saw a guy called Billy Graham on YouTube, and he turned me to God. Um, you know what? I'll leave it at, if you find what works for you, that's great. But I don't think that the inability to understand everything counts as a good reason to reject the thing. I think that's absurd. But you know, if you found what works for you, I'm genuinely happy for you. High as fuck or drunk? For me, I'm sober as hell now, dude. I've been working too hard recently to give in to. You know, do you think we're living in a simulation? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Every religion is astrology based on ancient astronomy. Yeah, basically. We really said Billy Graham brought him to Jesus. I mean, some people don't need much, I guess, right? If you're an Aries, your rights are gone. I don't make the rules. I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. Had enough of just shit. I just want to sleep forever when I die. Yeah, just take my ass out. Not caring where existence comes from is apathetic to the question of why we exist, what caused being. Again, it's impossible from a scientific, verifiable point. We don't know. As a matter of fact, I feel like you're just being disingenuous at this point. I'm gonna get you on out of here. I'm done answering non-questions. Skadoosh. First skadoosh of the evening. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, where did everything come from? What caused the Big Bang? We don't know. That's apathetic for you to say. You should be trying to find out. The people that have degrees are trying to find out. Well, you have to, we have to figure it out. It's apathetic to say otherwise. Like, just at this point, you're just not getting it. I'm gonna get you on out of here. Being non-religious, just common sense at this point. I kind of agree. Become Christian or Muslim? No and no. Do you know what else is made by a white hole? What's your response to the transcendental arguments for the existence of God, like God is a necessary metaphysical being that ultimately grounds all logic and intelligibility? I think it's just I think it rejects the idea of self-defining axioms, and it does so arbitrarily because somebody could claim that the very nature of God in and of itself is the self-defined axiom. So it's like just philosophical can kicking at that point. Like, to me, the three laws of traditional logic are self-evidently true. Things are what they are. Things aren't what they aren't. There's no middle ground between the identity of something and its non-identity. All self-evidently true ideas. So needing something outside of it to ground it and then making sure that that something is a God, in particular, like a preferred God, I think that's just like dishonest hijack. And same with the moral argument. Best flavor of Gatorade / Powerade. Oh man, y'all are gonna hate me. So many people hate this flavor, but like the cucumber lime Gatorade, that's my jam. Powerade, like blue, just blue. I don't drink Powerade very often though. Oh yeah, I'm way behind in the comments. Fuck it. What created the universe or started the Big Bang? Was before that? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You can't have something before anything create anything out of nothing, including itself. I agree. I just don't think there was personally nothing. If you had to choose a religion, what would you choose? I'll be Muslim. Ugh. I would probably be like a Hindu or something. What type of Christian were you? I was a Baptist. You're doing amazing work. I'm so happy to see other atheists defending our viewpoints. Hell yeah, unknown artist. Thank you. We are a minority, especially in social media. Atheists need to unify and lobby more. I 100% agree. Absolutely, I do. I appreciate you enjoying the stream. Thank you. I can make a universe in a whole. I can make I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Also, it's a very good to see you. See here. So you believe in the virgin birth of the entire universe, but not Jesus Christ discussed. Virgin birth? I don't even know what you mean by that. I think that the stuff that makes up the universe has always existed, so I wouldn't say there was ever a birth. That's not what the Big Bang's described to be, so that's not what I call it to be. But even if I did believe there was a virgin birth of the universe, it doesn't constitute me needing to accept your particular virgin birth myth. I think that's absurd. What are your opinions about the cosmological argument for God's existence? I mean, we can't know premise one, whether or not everything that begins to exist has a necessary cause behind it, but just off of observation and intuition, I do grant it, but premise two is what I really reject, because there's no scientific grounding to say that the universe definitely began to exist. Like, all we know is that it expanded at a point 14 billion years ago, and we don't know anything past that, so I don't grant that premise, so I don't grant the conclusion. And funny enough, even if I granted both premises, I don't have to think that the cause of the universe has to be a God necessarily, much less the Christian one. Seems that rational thinking is really losing the battle against irrationality and mysticism at this moment. If it's any consolation, a lot of the zeitgeist for like modern Christianity is just like social media trends at this point. If you don't believe me, go on like TikTok or something, go on YouTube and just see random people saying, don't be mad at me when I say this, but Jesus loves you. He died on the cross for you and all that hullabaloo. It's just like, it's just trendy. It's just trendy. Your fool? My fool? What about my fool? Why'd you switch? Lack of evidence. A God is literally impossible. This shit pissed me off because it's common sense. Matter can't be created or destroyed. Yeah, good argument. Just wondering, but did you have an idea of how near-death experiences are made from? You can't say that they're hallucination. You can't say they're hallucinations, but how do people see things 30 minutes after your heart stop? 30 minutes after your heart stop? I'm going to need to see your source on that one. Yeah, like 30 minutes seems like more than enough time for complete and total brain death. So I'm going to call cap on that. But to answer your question directly, like I grant hallucination. I'm going to go to the current comments. So I'm not just like, I think those comments were sent minutes ago. Jesus does love you and died for you. I didn't ask him to do that. I'm not interested. Do you think there's other universe besides our own that might be older? It's impossible to say. I don't think it, or I don't not think it. I think it's so unknowable. Like, at least with the God position, I can say that there are claims being made about it that we can assess the truth of, but I feel like something like that is just completely impossible to know. So I couldn't tell you. I lean towards no, but it's impossible to say. Why not be agnostic? I am agnostic. I'm an agnostic atheist. So hope that helps. Unknown artist, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. What do you think happens to your mind after you die? I think you just cease to exist personally. I think it's just like before you were born. See here. God is great. Don't be fooled. Yada, yada, yada. How do you think Adam and Eve were born? Like, did they just spawn in? Adam and Eve didn't exist. We know that evolutionarily speaking. Two people will not have enough genetic data for 8 billion people with 1,500 ethnicity 6,000 years later. That would be completely, totally biologically absurd. Even if you don't take the rest of Genesis literally, that alone would be show that it's very clearly false. How long did it take you to unlearn some unhealthy Christian behaviors, like where you were disillusioned? Depends on the Christian behavior. I stopped fearing hell like, I don't know, a couple months after I deconstructed. I stopped praying all together, or like, you know, like trying to reach out to God for like maybe a year after I deconstructed, even though I knew he didn't exist anymore. I mean, obviously, like the very unhealthy stuff, like the witnessing and the judgment and all that good stuff, that stopped immediately. But yeah, it just depends on the behavior you're talking about. How do you I already answered that?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Oblivion? Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Sorry for not getting back to you on the video yet. I've been busy, dude. I'm packing. I got to move out. I got to be somewhere different by next month, so I'm a little busy, but so do excuse me, and I want to be thorough and you know, with my dissection, so do forgive me, but I will get to it. You're still on the list. I mean, if you throw a number on the screen at me, I'm not gonna sit here and say no to dissect in the video, but I do appreciate the $1.99 super chat. Thank you. Have you ever tried DMT? I've tried DMT once. Yeah, it was something. It was quite something. I do want to try ayahuasca eventually, but yeah, I think that might be the last drug I ever try. Good to hear intellect. You're awesome. No, you're awesome, Juice. Good to see you. Solve the argument of design. Speaking intuitively, like, I don't know, since you asked me, I'm going to speak from my own intuition. It doesn't seem intuitively likely that humans are designed to have their appendixes explode, or to get cancer, or to get depression, or things like that. It doesn't seem intuitive that the world's created to be mostly hostile to life for most of its existence, and then like even now that it's not hostile to life for the most part, like for it to still be hostile in some parts, be mostly covered in water that we can't live in, things like that. It seems unintuitive to think that the sun is intentionally designed to give us cancer, and it seems unintuitive to think that the universe is intentionally designed to be 68% dark energy. So Yeah, just I highly doubt all of those things. It's that if you repented and then unrepented, does that mean you re-repented? Right. Hope you follow the Lord again. Okay, cool. Thanks. I still live in the Bible Belt as an ex-Catholic, surrounded by what feels like delusional people. It's very isolating. I can imagine. I can imagine. I couldn't imagine living like somewhere so where religion is just like so ingrained in the very culture of the states itself. But after I left, I felt that feeling too. So I really hope it gets better for you.
I get it, bro. He'll be waiting patiently.
I appreciate your patience, and I also appreciate the 4.99 super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. I will. Yeah, it's right there. It's right in my watch later. Once I get like enough time to watch it all the way through, type out a really, really thorough rebuttal. It's going to be like 4 or 5 hours of my time. So I'll make sure to get to you as soon as possible. Thank you. If you look at nature and think it's intelligently designed, then you approve of unintelligent design. Damn. Did you see any entities on DMT? I did. Yeah, I saw like I don't know how to describe them. I don't know. It might just be because I saw the album cover, but I don't know, that one entity on the Tool album cover, kind of like that. They weren't as square faced, but a lot more round faced. Their eyes were kind of doing some. I don't know. It's kind of weird to describe it.
Looking forward to it.
Oblivion, thank you for the $49.99 super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you. You don't have to keep throwing cash at me while you wait, though. I sincerely appreciate it. I promise I'll it'll be on the list regardless. So thank you so much. I do sincerely appreciate it. Thank you so much. The Jesus you walked away from still okay. Just preaching. Sunday's coming up. Better have that untaxed tithe money. Yeah, there you go. Right. Speaking of untaxed tithe money, I do want to make sure to communicate. Thank you so much for the $49.99 super chat. Oblivion. I sincerely do. I will. I'm going to take that money. I'm going to shove it places where the sun don't shine, and then fart it back out. But thank you so much. So you believe life came from non-life? I mean, that's what abiogenesis and the evidence behind it is pointing to. But I'll do you one better. If we're going off of observation, life is described as organisms. So are you saying God's an organism? Oblivion single-handedly finding this channel. Yeah, keeping White Monster on my desk, keeping Newports in my lungs, and yeah, I'm not gonna say the third one. Happy you're on the right path, broski. Happy to see you here. Thank you. There's no swinging on Christianity. You were never one. You couldn't have walked away. Whatever you got to tell yourself to sleep at night, Brent Wells. Oh, why'd you become Christian before? It's just the way I was raised. It's what I believed in. It's the truth that was told to me by the people I trusted, right? Jesus is an organism. Jesus is, but is God. Do you like it warm? I don't know what you're referring to, but typically, yeah. I don't know if they're talking about the thing, like, unless it's like ice cream or something, or water. No, hot. Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Newport Fund in the third one.
Oblivion, thank you for the $49.99 super chat. Just right there, that's more Newports. Yep. No, kidding, but thank you so much. I'm still not talking about the third one. It was going to be a really bad joke. People were going to think I was like, had some fetishes that I don't actually have. I just be saying shit on here, but thank you again so much for the $49.99 super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm going to buy hella Zuzus and a lot of Wham Whams. It's real warm where you're going. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh my God. But yeah, thank you again so much. Hello, what do your relatives think of you? Firstly, hello. What do my relatives think of me? The ones that know I'm an atheist, or at least that I can confirm that know I'm an atheist, they don't typically care. The only one that really threw a fit about it was my mom. She didn't like it too much. Found bro again, you did. What's up, Lasagna? How you doing today? You can feel Jesus inside of me. I'm about to feel a whole lot something inside of me soon. What do you think is consciousness? I think it's just an emergent property of a working brain. I think that's it. Do you have a Bayern word list now? It's not a whole list. It's just one phrase, one term that I put in there. When people accuse the stream of being one particular thing, then they get packed up because, yeah. Did you finish reading the Bible? I've read the Bible in its entirety twice, all the way from in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, all the way to the glory and the power of Christ reign forever. Amen. Genesis 1:1 to Revelation 22:21. I've read the entire thing. So.
My card said suspicious activity, so I had to do it again and lol, total 100, not 150.
It is. I mean, if I were your card company, I'm not blaming you. Thank you for the $49.99 super chat, Oblivion. Thank you. I don't know. I'm gonna get really, really, really suspicious if you keep throwing dollars at me like I'm a high end escort. So, but thank you so much. No, and I sincerely mean that. Thank you. I'm going to just keep making up things. I'm going to do with that. I'm going to buy sounding rods. I'm going to buy and use sounding rods. I'm going to buy a set with your name on it. Thank you so much. I do sincerely appreciate it. How exactly does your epistemology work, and how do you actually know that your epistemology is sound and reliable? I'm phenomenal conservative about it. It seems to be the case that I am able to take in sense data with my organs, and so I have no choice but to trust it to be the case. I just find, I guess, it's arbitrary. I'll just be 100% honest with you, but the arbitrary line that I draw is one that says that I have reliable sense data based on the fact that past that point, it would be, the conclusions you can potentially draw would be what I feel to be unreasonable. Like a week's groceries for me? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of it. I don't know, probably it's like clean my feet with it or something like that. Anyway, but atheist is different religion. I mean, you not believe in gods, but officially I cannot be an atheist in my country. Can you? So atheism isn't technically a religion. It's a lack of religion. It's like an atheist is a religion in the same way that an empty plate is a meal, or that abstinence, like complete and total celibacy, is a sex position, in which like both of those aren't. So, I mean, technically it's not, but I do sincerely, I'm sorry to hear that you don't have like religious freedom in your country. I just got to give another thank you. Thank you again, Oblivion, for the 100 and what is it so far? I say so far like it should be more. We should probably stop there. But the $156 super chats, $156 in super chats in total. Thank you so much. I will, I'm going to make a donation to the, there's not a good joke to make there. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Piss? No piss. No piss. From fall to spring, from darkness to light. See here. Religions all lie. Prisca Theologia. Prisca? I don't know. Theologia exposes every religion for exactly what it is. Mythology created from the stars. I'd say I tend to agree. Haven't heard, or even read, I'm not sure if you do, about the Prisca Theologia, but yeah, I'd say I agree. I think we've reached the same conclusion off of it. What denomination were you before you became an atheist? Right before I became an atheist, I was an apostolic, and then before that, I was Baptist.
Your kind touches kids changed my mind.
Thank you for the $2 super chat. Your kind touches kids changed my mind. I can't change your mind. There are people of multiple different religious backgrounds that touch kids, but I think there is a case to be made about the fact that a lot of Catholic churches need insurance specifically for representation in a court of law for when they inevitably get child sexual abuse cases brought against them. I think that's if it's so rampant that we have entire insurance firms thriving off of defending them when they inevitably put their penis where it doesn't belong, then I don't know. I think there's I think at best that's projection. But again, thank you for the $2 super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. 50 didn't count, at least my card did say it didn't. Who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky and get the 150. I guess we'll see, right? Even if I don't, I appreciate the thought regardless. Have you seen the 28 Years Later trailer? I have not. No, I haven't. Apostolic, what's that? So apostolic, like their whole deal is to, they don't worship the apostles, but they try to model their theology around the apostles, and the right now at least the stuff that's available is just like language models, glorified search engines basically. I don't think it has enough software, circuitry, whatever you want to call it, to have a conscious experience yet. You're a former Christian, now atheist as well. Isn't it a mind fuck? It is a mind fuck, dude. All of reality created by some grand being that loves you and loves everybody and will send you to hell for talking bad about them, to not created by that and just natural processes. It gets you. It gets you. But I'm good to see you and welcome in, man. How's your day going? Watching Severance and From will help with understanding the journey and quest for the self. Severance, the one with I don't know the guy's name, but is it on Apple TV? I haven't seen it, but I keep hearing a lot about it. Why are you ducking my question? There are 100 people in here, dude. I'm not ducking your question because I don't fucking know you and I'm not scared of you. I couldn't care less about who you are. I don't know you from a can of paint. So intentionally ducking you when there's a bunch of people also asking questions is self-centered, narcissistic, and lets me know you're probably not asking something worth my time. But if I so happen to see it, because I'm not going to detract from the discussion with everybody else, then I'm going to so happen to answer it. So pipe down, little bro. I believe that God doesn't love us as humans. God hates us humans, but loves our souls. I think if he hated the human, I don't know, like form or whatever, like the separation is between that, then he could have maybe not put us into such detestable hosts, right? I feel like these guys are the corniest people on YouTube Live. Thank you for your opinion, I guess. Why'd you stop being a Christian? I just didn't see any evidence for it. That's the biggest defeater. But if you want to know the full story, oh wait, I don't have the command up for the new video yet. I got to do that after the fact. But if you go to my channel, it should be the most recently uploaded video. I uploaded it should be less than half an hour ago, or like just about a half hour ago. Our sense data can only provide us with subjective perceptions, not direct access to an external, independent reality, meaning that it's an inherently flawed methodology. I would say I partially agree and partially disagree. I agree in that somebody's sense data is going to lead them to their own filter perception of the objective reality. Sure, if you're not solipsistic about it. Disagree, I guess, with the implication that the flawed nature of it doesn't mean that you're at least partially justified in trusting that sense data. If it's all you have access to, then there's not going to be any reason for you to use something that you don't have access to justify your epistemology in some way. Because once you really want to stumble down a hill of the information I'm taking in is in some way unreliable just because it's filtered through my sense data, then it's going to lead you to a lot of absurdity. So where do you want to draw that line? Try clicking your OF link and was extremely disappointed. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure to upload more pictures. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Do you think it's necessary to be so hostile toward Christianity? I'm not seeing how I'm being hostile toward Christianity. I'm being hostile toward people. People are being hostile toward me, so I'm getting back with them. I'm defending myself, shooting the shit, bantering a little bit, but hostile towards Christianity, I don't know. But even beside that point, what does it matter what I have to say about a particular religious belief and not instead the people that believe in it, You ask questions, shoot your questions. About that, no, there's no religious freedom in my country. We won't be persecuted for following any religion. The thing is, there's no concept of no religion. They will be confused, not angry. Well, so you mean, technically you are allowed to not be religious, or they're not gonna kill you or something for it, right? If that's the case and you're at least safe in professing a lack of religion, then that's fair, right? Especially if you live closer to a theocracy of some sort. I don't know. Watch until the end if you aren't mocking prayer anymore. You're going to be disappointed then, Maria. I'm so sorry, but if things get a little bit overwhelming, then God's going to come in me. I'm so sorry. Hostile towards the weaponization that's been used for monotheism, but not monotheism itself. Does that make sense? Makes complete sense. I'll do you one more and say it's not just monotheism, because there's good monotheists. I wouldn't say good necessarily in that they're true, but there are monotheistic beliefs that don't empower their followers to be such consistently shit people like Sikhism or Zoroastrianism, but um, it's just like the belief itself, the claims being made, that I'll throw some fun at, um, and it'll obviously be the people that insist on trying to first be hostile towards me. Then I'm going to throw some fun back at. I mean, I think that's completely fair. Um, but that being said, I fully support people's right to believe what they're convinced of. I just A, don't agree, and B, I don't think I necessarily have to respect something that was used to subjugate my ancestors for the most part. Uh, just looked at your links and I'm disappointed. Which links did you look at? Mm-hmm. Do people try to force their religion on you? They do. Yeah, every single day I do this. Every single day, without fail. Not just in the chat. A lot of people DM me elsewhere. Yeah, it's yeah, yeah, just yeah. Surprise dear, thank you for subscribing. Welcome, man. Good to see you. What do you think about the God of the Gaps argument? It's absurd. Just absurd, unfounded. No need to put any bit of information into an unknown variable, much less a God hypothesis. I just don't think that's the. So basically, all the Abrahamic religions. I mean, the three Abrahamic religions, especially as far as monotheistic religions, I don't really respect. Sure, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. Yeah, for the most part. What's the reason that you lost your faith or became an atheist? I just don't believe. I just don't see a reason to believe. Do you think math necessarily exists as a concept? Not tangibly. I think in a universe where we can define things, I'll rewind a little bit. I think in a universe where we exist and we have conscious minds, and our conscious minds are able to define things and categorize things, then we're going to assign values to things, and then the design of these, the assignment of these values is going to allow us to make rules for how these values work, and that's just going to be math at like the most base level possible. Einstein believed in Spinoza's God, not quite the same as the Abrahamic God. That is correct, yeah. A religion is made of its people, so with the hate that exudes from the majority of religious people, I hate them as a means of self-defense. Completely fair, and that's completely fair, especially if you're like trans or not straight. I completely get it. The self-defense, like, 100%. If something for the most part is like at best disparaging you and at worst like actively trying to be used as a weapon against you, like obviously you have perfect justification for not for not enjoying it. So math didn't exist prior to humans. The rule of math didn't exist prior to humans as far as we can tell, no.
How big was first load dump after first wank?
I don't know how to answer that, man. Kind Joey, thank you for the $2.99 Australian super chat. I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know. What the fuck kind of question is even that? How big was the first load dump after the first wank? If you mean like after I left Christianity, I don't know. I can't remember that load or that wank or that dump. Yeah, but no, I appreciate the $2.99 Australian dollars super chat. I sincerely appreciate it.
You don't agree with the God of the Gaps argument?
I think for the $2 super chat, Ariok, I sure as fuck don't. No, I think that the lack of knowledge with certain variables doesn't mean that we automatically get to shove a God concept into that lack of knowledge. You can do that about literally anything if you wanted to. You could, if you follow the same logical inference rule, you can do that about things that aren't God too. So, no, not personally, but thank you for the $2 super chat. Let's see here. Math didn't exist before people. Not a smart answer. I'd say that things existed. There was just nobody to define the number of value of the things, right? Like, for instance, planets existed, but there was nobody around to make a rule or a rule that can count the planets, right? There's nobody to define what counting is. There was nobody to actually do the counting. There's things existed, sure, but math is like a rule and a framework that we use. It's not some sort of tangible, at least as far as we can tell, it's not some sort of like tangible, idealistic, woo woo sort of unaccountable sci-fi tesseract thing that we're just accessing, right? So if you think that's not smart, I mean, thanks for your opinion, but show me how math and our ability to assign values and work with these values that we assign to things existed before there were people around to do such a thing. Got to call it the skadoosh so I can drink up. I'm thirsty AF over here. So far, I've only skadooshed like one person. It's been a not a lot of spammers tonight. I mean, if it's any consolation, Streamlabs skadoosh 2 people, and I've wanted to skadoosh 1 person, but decided against it. So you can take like 2.5 extra drinks if you want to, right? And I did skadoosh 1, so that's like drink up. I don't know. As a Christian, do you fuck with steam locomotives? I did not. I did not. That's not my brand of autism.
Vape on my way to bless another or streamer. Good night, guys, and best of luck. Night, y'all.
Have a good rest of your night, Oblivion, and thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat and like the $100 whatever dollars before it. Whatever it ends up becoming in my dashboard will be sincerely appreciated. I thank you so much, and again, I will get back to your video as soon as I possibly can.
Tyrannosaurus Rex on Noah's wooden tugboat.
That's what it sounded like on the Ark. Thank you for the $2 super chat, JM. I don't know. Maybe the T-Rex is just like they had to like do 1 pull up before they could get on the Ark, and they had the tiny arms so they couldn't do the pull up. So maybe that's what they got left. But thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. If you were in charge of Noah's Ark, which animals would you leave behind? Mosquitoes can fucking go. Termites can go. What else can go? All parasites. Just all parasites. We don't need them. We don't need them. They can go. Don't care. We don't need them. What else? What else can go? I can't really think of any like mammals that could go. Most mammals I find adorable. I mean, the fish were in the waters anyway, so it just doesn't matter if they go or not. Komodo dragons can go too. Komodo dragons can go. Who the fuck do they think they are? Oh, we're fast and also powerful and venomous. I might be thinking of another lizard, but fuck them. You don't run shit. Fuck you, skadoosh. Catch this work. Catch this drowning. Tua. Get out of here. But yeah. There you go. There were several Jewish rebellion leaders who, according to their followers, were a Messiah. The difference between them and Jesus is that the movement exploded on his death. Theirs died. Thoughts? I don't see how that leads to it necessarily being true, especially when we look at the way that Christianity spread in the early times, the way that it spread after the fact, and also any claims of the most contemporary possible evidence toward the time of the resurrection. I mean, it's just not, for me at least, not going to be enough meat on those bones for me to chew on. Don't be mean to my Komodo dragon, I'm sorry. Brain eating amoeba, they can go too. They can go. Why not believe in God? You have nothing to lose. If he's real, then he's worth believing. If not, then oh well. There's no way you can actually prove it. Why not just believe it? 2 reasons. One is that I can't arbitrarily choose to just believe things on the spot just because I want to. If that were the case, I'd believe in Santa Claus right now, but I've taken in information that leads me to believe that Santa Claus isn't real. There's no convincing evidence or facts shown that Santa Claus is real. So I'm working off the information I have, and that's the same with God. There's no convincing evidence. There's good evidence for me to say that he isn't, so I can't force myself to just say, I believe. And secondly, I mean, imagine if the God that existed felt like the closest way to follow that God is to not believe in any other God. You don't know it exists. It's not going to confirm its existence. It doesn't care if you believe in it, but if you're an atheist, then you're closest to doing the right thing, so it brings you to heaven. And everybody that believed in the false God goes straight to the realm of eternal tickling of your feet, right? That would suck. But does that mean that you, as a Christian, should just drop your beliefs right now and believe in this God just because I made him up? No, of course not. And you're not making some sort of a risk by not believing in this God. Or at the very least, if you think you are, then sure. But I think it's absurd to just like believe in things based solely on their claim pros and cons versus the evidence for their beliefs. So that's why I don't believe in God or can't make myself. Santa Claus is basically human dressed in red cloth. I see him every year in church. I see him every year outside of CVS. He's putting in work. He's putting in work. What do you think about outlawing religion? I don't think that would be helpful, nor would I think it would be fair. I think that the world would be a lot better off with more empathy. I think it would be a lot better off if we taught people to accept things with evidence, if we taught people to critically think. And so with these things, they're going to come a quelling of religion, but to outlaw it outright, I don't think that would be fair.
I'm confused. I thought the God of gaps argument is just what you said. The argument that we can't attribute an existence of God to gaps in knowledge.
Oh, no. Ariel, thank you for the $5 super chat. So the God of the gaps argument, at least from what I understand it, is a fallacy that people use when they say that there is a lack of information in an area, and so God must be real. Like, for instance, somebody would be employing the God of the gaps fallacy if they were to say, we don't know what caused the universe to expand, therefore God did it, or that's better justification for believing that God did it. At least that's what I commonly hear it with. There might be a more formal one that you're referring to that I haven't heard of, but that's the one I've heard of over my time doing this. So we might just have an honest misunderstanding on that one. Thank you for the $5 super chat, but that's what I was getting at. I think belief requires some form of experience and RBE. I'm not sure what RBE is. Trouble 0616. Thank you for the $2 super chat. No TTS. You have nothing to say, man. Just being generous and not saying something. Not making me focus in on you or something that you wanted to communicate. No, but I'm kidding, of course. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I do sincerely appreciate it. It doesn't matter how many times you read something if you don't understand what you're reading. I'd say I agree, but I'd say I agree, sure, but like, where's that lead us? Phone died, I'm back. What did I miss? Oh, I did a face reveal. I slammed my head against the desk. I came everywhere, and then I went to the protest in LA and then flew back home. You missed a lot, man. You missed a whole hell of a lot. So sorry that you missed so much. Got an idea you have a few gods I made in my Minecraft world. Would you join that religion if I made it public? If not, Christianity, and will be based on old Viking gods. At least they'll be more real, right? At least I'll be able to see them, right? But in general, like, not interested, right? Just because I don't really play Minecraft like that. What do you think of Islam? I can say that Islam's not for me, and I'll leave it at that. Gödel's incompleteness theorem. I'm not sure what that is. There's historical that Jesus really did live and died, and eyewitnesses died because they saw Jesus Christ. Again, none of these are contemporary evidence of the resurrection. If you don't believe me, I'll quite literally look it up right now and show you the overview of, is there contemporary evidence for the resurrection of Jesus Christ? There isn't. The best possible way that you'll get for even the life of Jesus is like decades after the fact. I mean, if I wanted to be like a little bit less graciously skeptical, I'd say there's not even really good reason for me to believe in that. If I wanted to be even more graciously skeptical, I'd say sure, I'll grant it, but the fact that even they don't give any sort of good account for witnessing the resurrection of Jesus means that it's a supernatural claim made without evidence and should be kept to the same treatment. The skadooshest part of us all, indeed it is. Indeed it is. Hey Bucko, so Moo is trying to milk me. Why? Stop trying. Who's the fuck's trying to milk Mr. Gecko, dude? Can we not milk the gecko? Can we please not do that? Stop. No. Let's not milk my regulars, please. Like, can we please? No. Fuck this for a second. No, we're taking a break. Can we please not milk geckos in the chat, dude? The milk's not. There's not even that much milk. You get me? It's like, it's not going to taste that great. Like, come on, man. Anyway. Gosh, man. Why can't we just not milk our guests? Psalm 137, Psalm 137, 9. Yep. Blessed are those who dash their babies against the rocks. Very powerful, loving, great psalm by David right there. Mark 14:51. Is that the one about the man, like, wearing a wearing some linen or something, and it fell off. I don't know. If I might be way out of my element on that. How do you milk a male gecko? We don't talk about that. Um, to take the pressure of Mr. Gecko, I'll happily volunteer to take his place. Dude, we're not milking each other, all right? Hello? Like, hello? Like, huh? Firstly, what's up, High Inquisitor? Secondly, can we not milk each other? Jamais vous. No, 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 no. Stop volunteering to be milked. Everybody calm the fuck down, all right? Everybody calm the fuck down. Why are we trying to milk each other? Like, hello? Hello? With interpretation of experience, it's also a slippery slope because, example, I personally interpret one thing in multiple ways, which is overwhelming, not gonna lie. I mean, if the question is like whether or not you, like, what's your epistemic grounding, and you are a phenomenal conservatist, then you at least are justified in saying that the things that you genuinely experience are going to be trustworthy to you because you have zero way of appealing to some other, form of epistemic grounding. You might be wrong. You might be even further deviated from the objective reality than the average person is, but it doesn't mean that you get to have to throw away the very things that you take in just because there's some sort of filtering going on. Former Christian, now milk, dude, no, man. The fuck, dude. Hello? Like, huh? Can we not do that? All right, you might as well go back to Christian. Like, no, we're not doing that. You dismissed the eyewitness died over what they saw. Why? I didn't dismiss it. They died over what they saw, but like, it's a slippery slope. I'm going to prove it really quickly. On November 18th, 1978, in Georgetown, Guyana, at the Jonestown compound, hundreds of people died. Some consensually. Even if I granted half consensually, half not consensually, still like a couple hundred people died for this belief that Jim Jones was the Messiah. This happened in 1978, very recent history. Does that mean I should become part of the People's Temple? Probably not. I want to say 94, there was a siege on Waco, Texas. The ATF tried to raid the compound of the Branch Davidians, led by David Koresh. They had a multiple day standoff. People died. They got shot. It was awful, terrible, no good. For their belief in David Koresh being the Messiah. Does that mean I should become a Branch Davidian because they died for their beliefs, died for what they saw, they claimed to have seen, or what they genuinely believed? Of course no. Fuck no. In September 11th, 2001, 19 people hijacked some planes with box cutters and I think just box cutters, I don't know. And they flew these planes into the World Trade Center buildings and also the Pentagon. They were going to fly them, I think, somewhere else, like the Capitol building. I don't know, like maybe the White House. I don't know. They killed 3,000 people for their beliefs. Should I join Al Qaeda? Probably not. So simply dying for your beliefs or what you saw or whatever standards you want to get, like try to arbitrarily scoop onto my plate to get me to accept your particular religion. It's not going to get you very far. I'm so sorry. Anyway. What's up, Reverse? How you doing today? How's your day going? All milk comes from the cow. Let's just take credit because I'm smaller than them. I mean, never mind. Don't convert, you will get milked. Okay, okay, I will never convert then. No, I don't consent to being milked. What was John laying in Jesus' lap at the Last Supper? I mean, Jesus did say to eat of his flesh, right? Maybe he was eating of his flesh. You get me? Don't be afraid. Dude, I'm very afraid. Also, what's up? I'm very, very afraid. Super afraid, actually. I don't want to be milked. Do you think religion will die out in the future? I don't think so, unfortunately. I feel like maybe in a far, 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 far future, like after humans evolve like some entirely different pro-social traits, but as long as we're in a position of consolidating our power to the top, then the people at the top are going to try to give a reason, have something to keep people in line. And so I think that's always been the case. I think it'll always be the case. It's like once we open the can of worms of religious beliefs being a good reason to keep people in line, then I don't know if there's any closing that can. Not trying to indoctrinate you. Okay, I'm trying to get you to look at the evidence that exists. My looking at the evidence that exists is why I'm an atheist. It's you that haven't looked at the evidence at that point. But I've done hundreds of hours. I can almost guarantee you that I've done far more research than even you, and I'm not just like looking to where Cliff Nechtel or something and trying to borrow their arguments. No, I've looked at the evidence honestly and as intellectually soundly as I possibly could have, and that's why I'm an atheist. So, yeah. Why do people want to believe in something anyway? I mean, it does answer some questions, right? Where do we go when we die? That's one of. Speaking of which, if anybody in here like metalcore, I'll get back to the point. But if anybody in here likes metalcore, one song I'd recommend is "Where We Go When We Die" by Thornhill. Great song. But anyway, it answers the question of where we go when we die. At least if maybe falsely, obviously, but answers it regardless. Give somebody something to hold on to. Answers the question of where everything came from. There's cultural benefits to it, social benefits to it. So I mean, I get it. I've been I've taken some social hits by not believing in this thing, so I can see why somebody doesn't want to rock the boats too much. You're replacing my brain cells with the thoughts, and don't blame me, dude. Don't blame me. Blame the people in the chat. Found Jesus when I was searching for paradise in my heart to share. This world can seem a dark and scary place, but choosing a virtuous life is better for soul and mind. I'm glad you found what works for you. Internal reflection is what led me away from Jesus, funny enough. I'm actually not a pastor's kid who got disowned by my family when you left the religion. I'm so sorry to hear that, Theodore. You doing all right, man? I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. Fuck, dude. Ugh. Yeah, I hear so many similar stories. That's part of why I do this. It's just like, why are we disparaging people that we love just because they don't believe in the same shit we believe in? I think that's just so absurd. But, man, what can you do? Henry, thank you for subscribing. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you milk Jesus, water comes out the left and wine out the right. Ew, gross. Ugh. Ugh. Ew. Christianity made me depressed. Yeah, I hated myself on Christian when I was a Christian, man. I felt like outside of those couple hours a day every week, I was just like, I don't know, dude. Like I'm not gonna trauma dump, but I felt like I deserved a lot of the situations I was in, just on account of being some sinner, and I think that was a really harmful way to think. That was 11 years ago. That was about the time I deconstructed too. Well, not like 10 years ago, but 11 years since I like started questioning things. I'm glad you're here, Theodore. Join the Marines, figure life on your own. Hell yeah. I was going to join the chair force for a while, but physically couldn't do it. Physics is a close approximate of reality, but we still haven't perfected it. What are your thoughts on the decidability of a coherent reality at quantum levels? TBH, to believe in anything requires faith. I'm not even going to answer that one at that point. I'm just not going to answer it. One quick second.
Bro, stop reading the messages that gross you out, lol.
Really quickly. I'm just not going to answer it at that point. I'm way past the point of, I feel like, just to tell you why I'm not going to answer it. Think about how truth or falseness of it aside, like how relevant is it to the conversation at hand when to just say that everybody has to have faith in whatever they believe in? It's just like, we don't know anything, so you all have faith. It's like, does it really answer the question of why people believe this particular thing that I used to believe in for most of humanity, or why people believe any of the things that they do? It just doesn't. So I'm not going to answer that one. Joshua Morris, thank you for the $5 super chat. Stop reading the messages that gross you out. I can't help it, man. I try to be thorough. I really try my best, and apparently, so I really got to milk the comments for all of their worth. So thank you for the $5 super chat. Verse 137.9 does not say that in the original text. What translation are you quote? I couldn't give a shit, dude. You know what? Yeah, you got it, Papa. What do you mean by faith? Take it up with the person that said that all beliefs require faith. Do you care whether God exists or not? I think it's, I care greatly about whether or not God exists, but what people seem to not understand is that a care for whether or not God exists, a care to get to the bottom of things, doesn't mean to accept baseless presuppositions, accept scientific inaccuracy, accept logical fallacies, accept attempts to hijack parts of the accountable human experience, um, to accept that, to accept like I don't know, dude. Like, just, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't mean just accept all the bullshit, you know? What are your thoughts on the mixing of the mega conservative movement and New Testament Jesus teaches? I think it's fucking absurd. I think people, it really talks, like, it really shows how if you allow things to fester too much for living next to each other, then you end up with the modern conservative Christian movement, at least in America, right? Because like people appeal to conservatism for their politics because they're quote unquote traditional, and part of what comes with being traditional is like being religiously traditional too. And even though if you really read the New Testament, I mean, a fair bit of it condemns the behavior that they exude now. Um, like just because it's traditional, like they've basically co-opted it, and I think that's fucking absurd. So yeah, I'm not, I try not to be too big of an apologist for even the New Testament. Obviously not the Old Testament, but I don't even go so far as the New Testament. But what I will say is that there are some pretty antithetical things to it in it, as far as the modern conservative movement is concerned, and so I would say stop it, get some help, but yeah, what are you gonna do, right? I believe in Jesus and the basics: love, trust, faith. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I don't believe in Jesus. Love, yeah. Trust, if you're worth it. Faith, if you're worth it. Let's see here. Whatever you say, Six Sensei. Whatever you say, Papa. What are your thoughts on Israel rebuilding the third temple and the Antichrist sitting on the throne? Rebuilding the third temple. I mean, and right, Barnum statements, and at that point, Antichrist sitting on the throne. That's going to be a lot less parsimonious. If you're sure there's no heaven or hell, are you willing to be wrong for eternity? I'm willing to accept what I'm most convinced of. I'm willing to look at reality as it is and to take it at face value, and to accept whatever thinks enough of me to give evidence for its existence. That's what I say. If by that you mean like, oh, are you cool with the idea of just like burning for all of eternity because this particular God that I believe in is such a narcissistic, petty piece of shit that he'd send you to suffer just for not believing he exists when he chose to hide from you? I mean, I'm not cool with that, but not cool with it to the point of like wanting to submit myself over to something I believe is false, but not cool with it to the point that I think that's logically absurd and also morally bankrupt. So, if that answers your question. Have a good rest of your night, Trouble. Appreciate you being here. Wasn't implying we all should have faith, just interested in your thoughts on... I don't apologize. Thoughts on how some faith is required even for science-based approaches. Science still rocks and adapts and is practical. Thank you for the clarification. I'll say that much. I probably jumped the gun with you a little bit too much. I get so many using like the faith thing to the end of either justifying a science denial or trying to draw some non sequitur link between the acceptance of things with evidence and things that don't have evidence. So I do apologize for that on my end. Jumped the gun with you a little bit, but to answer your question, I mean, sure, to an extent. Maybe not to the extent of believing in a book with like talking animals, for instance, but to the extent of saying that you have to put stock in something. I just put stock in what I believe to be the most reliable. I guess everybody does, but at least I know that animals don't talk and people don't rise from the dead, right? What made you change? The lack of evidence for God being real is what made me change. Are you a flat earther? Fuck no. That hurt. Oh, that hurt.
Thoughts on Book of Leviticus and stoning gays?
Joshua, thank you for the $2 super chat. I think that's fucking disgusting. I think it's gross. Not being gay, but sexual repression, especially when it's one adult consenting human being with another consenting adult human being. I think it's gross. I think it's unjustified, and I think it's petty as fuck. And fuck them for it. Fuck whoever wrote that into the law. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I'm gonna drink some water. Yeah. 1 second. Oh gosh. Fucking me. Anyway, if there's a chance that heaven and hell are real and your eternal future depends on it, wouldn't it be worth seriously looking into the evidence with an open mind just in case you're wrong? So Kyle, I'm going to explain something to you really quickly. I was a Christian for the first 19 years of my life. 19 years of my life. How is it not open? I'm so gas. Oh shit! Give me a minute. How is it not open-minded to believe in one thing wholeheartedly and then look at the evidence and then stop believing anything in the thing, right? So the open-minded dissection of the evidence presented is exactly why I'm an atheist. I'm not, I don't believe in an eternal life. I have no good reason to. Nobody can justify belief in one. And for me, it makes a lot more sense that this, especially when we look at the way that religion was spread to my ancestors, that the concept of an eternal life of suffering and torture is just some plot device to scare people into staying in a religion. But if you don't find my conclusion after what I claim is an honest dissection of the evidence available to be satisfactory, that's completely fine. I get it, right? But there's just no, we just differ. You just don't know my story at that point. LOL, you're a lose. What is it? Huh? Like, hello? How old were you when you left Christianity? I was 19 years old. I'm sorry, it took me a second to answer. I quite literally just dropped a video. It's been up on the page for less than 2 hours now. If you want the full story, you can listen to it if you want to. Nice little fireside chat, right? But yeah, I left when I was 19. Your evidence for no existence is that you can't see God. That's literally the only evidence you've given. Oh, you're just being intellectually dishonest at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and get you on out of here. I never said that. I didn't say that in the. Even if you're coming from my video that I just uploaded, I didn't even say that much in the video. I never said that on the stream. And coupled with your persistence in, trying to argue for the moral correctness of Psalm 137:9, it seems like you're just trying to be an antagonistic prick piece of shit bitch. So I'm going to go ahead and skadoosh you, little bro. Get the fuck out. Halt to a little bro. You're out of your elements. You're out of your league. Disemboweled, dehydrated, deep fried, and crucified. Skadoosh, you will not come back tonight. Yeah, take care. Have a good one. Anyway, this life is temporary. Jesus grants eternal paradise. Your body's just your shell. I have no reason to believe that my body isn't the very thing causing me to have a conscious experience of the world. Also, what's up, Valerie? Good to see you. How you doing, my Aussie? Oi, oi, oi. Aw, D-Money. Aw, you miss your friend. Aw, D-Money misses his friend. Aw. Oh, you don't like the way I'm going back. Oh, you don't like the way I'm clapping back. Oh, you don't like it, yeah. You don't like it, D-Money. Oh, my, oh. Is D Money crying? Oh, did I hurt your friend's feelings? Oh. Anyway.
Hawked while lil bro skadoosh.
Tua, little bro. Skadoosh. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, Oblivion. Yeah, some people got to get hawked to it. Some people got to get their guts cut out. Some people got to get nailed to a cross, dipped in oil at 375 degrees for about 20 minutes, and then laid out for the whole chat to look at and laugh at. Skulk Tuish. Got to get him on out of here. But thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I think I'll start a death metal band when I get out. Hell yeah, based. Hell yeah. Let's see. Nobody cares what you have to say, especially not your 50 viewers. Oh, D Money hurt. Nobody cares what you have to say. Not even your 50 viewers. Oh. He says in the chat. You gave yourself away, you fucking moron. You showed your hand. You showed your hand, you fucking idiot. You know what the people who truly don't care what I have to say do? They scroll away. They scroll away. They don't try to get attention from some dude with a late gift background talking about religion because mommy and daddy have no job. They scroll away. You're embarrassing yourself. Go on, dance for us. Dance some more for us. Gonna pray for you, dude. Knock yourself out, cat. Knock yourself out. Do you have a favorite apologetic? I did not. I do not. I'm glad I brought 2 bottles of whiskey last night. I think I'm going to need it. You might need it. It might be one of those nights. You got no aura, dog. You are 12 years old. What are you doing in YouTube chat at 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? I will love the discourse with a pepper and a humor. It's past the peppering at this point. It's like a fully loaded bird shot shotgun shell being of humor, just being shot into the chat. If Jesus was real, he'd save me from the milk. Dude, come, you know you can consent to the milking, right? If you say eternal life isn't justifiable, how do you justify believing this life all there is when there's no proof that consciousness ends and that so many claim to have experienced the eternal? Because it's like to answer experiencing the eternal, I've done psychedelics before. I've done DMT. I've done 2CB. I've done 2CE. I've done salvia. I've done peyote. I've done psilocybin truffles. I've done psilocybin mushrooms. I've done LSA, and I've also done LSD. I've done a lot. It makes perfect sense to me that somebody could, by the way, fun fact about our brains, we have DMT in our brain. At least some amount. I don't think that's a myth. I got to check that out before I keep parroting bullshit. But it makes perfect sense to me that when we're near death, get this, tryptamine released in our brains and have these experiences for the purposes of calming us down. It makes perfect sense to me. Explains also why people see multiple mutually exclusive religious figures in their hallucinations, why some people don't see anything religious at all, why some people see nothing. That makes perfect sense over everybody seeing something that shows itself to people only when they're near death, when the brain's probably starving of oxygen a little bit, and that wants them to believe in multiple mutually exclusive things. That's a lot less parsimonious. D-Money just needs to embrace hell and enjoy it, man. I got a castle with Lilith is fucking blast, literally. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm going to be playing D-Live. I'm going to be playing poker with D-Money's mother in hell after I clap her cheeks into oblivion. Consensually, of course. D-Money, do you know I fucked your mom? Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? I fucked your mother. I had passionate, hot, sweaty, stanky sex with her. It was only stanky because of her, by the way. I told her, I like it a little bit dirty down there, just a little bit. I cleaned up regardless, though. I took my shower. I went to her house / your house because you still live with her, you fucking bum. But I went there smelling like Dove Men Plus Care. And she smelled a little bit like liver and onions. You know the smell. You hear it, you smell it in your kitchen when she's cooking you catfish for dinner. But I went in there anyway. Had to finish the job, you know. Had to. I put her in such positions you can't even fathom. I'd put your mother in more knots than the mental knots that you have to tie to justify your belief in eternal punishment. So, I just want you to know that. That was what you were hearing. That night she said that a car crashed down the street. That wasn't a car crash. It was my pelvis crashing against her big, beautiful cheeks. Hawk. Tua. Oh, and he left? Oops. 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 Uh-oh. I win? Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Hate to see it. Anyway. You left 5 comments with some great questions. I'm not religious, nor am I an atheist. First time coming across your channel. 60 more seconds, I'm leaving due to you ignoring these good questions. Firstly, calm the fuck down. Let's start there. Secondly, I'm not ignoring you intentionally. Right? I'll survive. I promise you. I'm not trying to, your presence here is appreciated, but also, if it's not the stream for you, I don't answer your particular questions with enough gusto and quickness for your satisfaction. That's fine, but I promise I'll survive.
Thoughts on Shroud of Turin having traces of milk?
All right, JM, you're banned. All right, you're banned. You're banned, dude. No, we're not doing that. Hell no. Hell no. Thank you for the $2 super chat, but that's going to be your last comment ever. Everybody say goodnight to JM. This is the first time I'm banning somebody after donating. You're witnessing a channel first. You're witnessing a channel first. JM, what are your last words? There was no milk on the Shroud of Turin. We know this. There enough milk talk. Everyone throw tomatoes at D-Money. Speaking of tomatoes, y'all ever see a beefsteak tomato? How it's got that little like crease down the middle and looks all plump and juicy and gorgeous. That's how D-Money's mom's ass cheeks looked. A little bit stanky, but, nothing super offensive. Was that a legit skidoo? No, of course it wasn't. Why is D-Money still here? This is just went from religious discussion into just straight up bullying this dude. D-Money selling Fent to geckos is fucking crazy, dude. Oh boy. I guess Brock left. Oh well. Oh no, my channel's dead, I guess. Guess that's it for me. What do I do now? Brock was sending so many great, awesome questions, and I was too busy paying attention to the multiple other people throughout the stream, I suppose, right? and missed Brock's super great, awesome, amazing, lovely questions. So now Brock's gonna scroll away, and I'm just gonna have my channel die, and repo men come and take my computer, I guess. Oh, Brock's still here. Shit. You can go, actually. Yeah, you can go. You can go. Skadoosh. Skadoosh. Just skadoosh. The impatience I can forgive. But the rest of that, we're just not going to do that. Alex Lane, thank you for the 99-cent super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. Hey, homie, what do you got to say about shit like spooky coincidences and those 1 in a billion moments? 1 in a billion sounds possible to me, right? Like, if something was 0 out of any whatever denominator value, that would make it impossible. And so if it was impossible for it to happen, but it happened anyway, then you might be cooking a little bit. But even if something's highly, highly, highly unlikely, that still means it's technically possible, right? So that's all I explain it as, something possible happening in a sea of other more likely scenarios. Me getting banned for being funny? Yep. Skadoosh. I'm not going to skadoosh you. Thank you for the $2 super chat. And also, again, Alex, I feel like I didn't thank you enough. Thank you for the 99-cent super chat. I will buy 5 wham-whams when I go to the gas station. Self-flagellating is a proud Christian tradition. D-Money, keep it up. What's your opinion on Alex O'Connor? Very positive. I love his content. He's a voice of reason. He keeps me grounded. I learn things from him. I didn't know before. He's great. I just don't have his patience. I would really love to have like people like Alex O'Connor, just really any, you know, Christian, not Christian, like atheists in the debate space. They have so much more patience than I do. I just don't. I just don't have it. I wish I had it. I just don't have it. But he's awesome to watch. Very positive opinions of him. Anointed, Miguel, Earthly Delights, Aurora, Dreams, Aurora. Oh, music. Ooh. Ooh. Probably got to join my Discord and send me your music. Speaking of Discord, everybody follow my shit, man. Follow the things. Gonna be streaming elsewhere when I move, get my computer fit. I got so everything is stopping me from multi-streaming now, dude. I gotta move first. I gotta get my computer fixed next. Well, second. Before that, hopefully. I'm on leave from work. I might as well just take the rest of the month off so I can get this move done. But gotta do that. I don't know, dude. It's just ugh. After I get my shit fixed though, yeah, I gotta start multi-streaming again. Follow my other things in the meantime though. I don't know. Join the Discord if you're over 18. Yeah, don't know what to tell you. The milk and jokes got milk dry. Okay, dude. All right, dude. Okay, man. Get out of the house, incel. Oh, D Money, did you just learn that word? Oh, incel. What is this? 2018? Are we using 2018 Reddit insults? Are we fucking joking? Are we fucking joking? You're not black pilled like I'm black pilled. I promise you, it's never began for you. Alex Lane, thank you for the 99-cent super chat. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you. I'm going to I will get an inhaler refill just because of you. I'm surprised D Money was brave enough to come back after all of that. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would just scrolled away. I would have just enjoyed my my brain rot, donation baiting streams on YouTube Shorts. Speaking of which, I see why people come in calling the stream rage bait. I get it. I was scrolling through the YouTube Shorts algorithm recently. It is just what I get it. I get why people who have like low emotional intelligence who scroll scroll through YouTube Shorts. I see why they can come across this one and think I'm just like baiting and not trying to have a serious discussion. I get it, especially with like how how much I don't toe the line of seriousness all the time. But holy fuck, wild platform. I had no clue. I thought it was like closer to normalcy like TikTok was. I'm scrolling through TikTok lives. Things are normal. People are playing video games, right? They're just sitting there, talking to the chat, yapping away for a little bit. It's completely fine, right? You might catch some like wild ones on occasion, but on YouTube Shorts, it's a fucking wasteland. You get people like D Money in here on YouTube Shorts. I don't know if I would have had a D Money on TikTok. I don't know, dude. I don't know. D Money sold you drugs behind a tree. And he's a fucking criminal, too. Of fucking course, dude. Poor D Money scrolling through Coco Melon and came through the chat just to be flogged in public. Yeah. I mean, Jesus did say pick up your cross and weigh the cost, so I don't know. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he left on saying Jesus is King. Somebody said mid Kanye album. I wasn't even mid. That was just not a good album. I'm not even saying that because it was like so different from the rest of his music and in theme, but it was just like musically speaking, it just wasn't that great. I don't know. I'm not saying like his new albums suck. I mean, Vultures is a shit album series, but before Vultures, like from Donda back to like I don't know, maybe Life of Pablo. I'm not saying that's a bad era, right? Like Ye was pretty good. Life of Pablo was really good. Um, shit. Donda was nice. It was okay. It was fine. But Jesus is King was just like I could do with like a gospel rap album, but no, it's just I don't know. Just no, it's not a fan. Not a fan. Why can't you be like Alex? Alex is a strong atheist, but he never mocked God. Why can't you be respectful atheist like him? Because um, people like different things, and also I just can't change myself, right? I just don't. I can't make myself have the patience that he has, and B, I'm not going to confine myself to just getting constant abuse from Christians anymore and just taking it on the chin. When I used to be closer to Alex's, like the way Alex spoke, I tried to be respectful. I tried to be neutral. You know what that got me? People thinking I was an easy debate target. People thinking I was just somebody to pick on. People thinking I was just a punching bag. Fuck that. Fuck that. And I'm on YouTube too, where I can say what, like, for more or less what I want without getting banned. Fuck that. I'm gonna stick up for myself. I'm sorry to tell you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you at that point. No, I don't. I don't consent to being Christian's punching bag, like Alex would undoubtedly be if he were more of a streamer instead of a long form content creator. So, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Somebody just say it. Yeah. Somebody just repeat after me. Rebate it. We'll take rebate it. Yeah. I think deep. Yeah, I'm not gonna say if he got a kink or not. I don't think he's over the age of 18. I'll tell you who do has a kink though. His mother. She's got a kink, dude. She likes being blindfolded, tied up. Um, I can't show the video on YouTube because I mean it's porn because like Victoria Cakes isn't wearing pants in it. But look at that video where Victoria Cakes is getting like her ass smacked around by that dude dressed up like a clown. That was me with D Money's mom. I wish I could show it. It is so fucking funny, but I just can't do it, dude. I can't fucking do it on YouTube. That's not allowed anybody. I mean, not allowed anywhere. I can't fucking do it. Did you see my comment earlier about Christian abuse or when you disagree with their stupid ideas of religion? I did not. You mind repeating it, Eddie? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I could maybe try to scroll up on my own. Victoria, who she's a porn star. Victoria Cakes. I don't watch her particular content, but I first saw the clip of her and learned about her from Twitter, um, because there's this like there's this like video she did with this I don't know this like clown dude. He's like I don't know. So her whole thing is like she got a really really huge insane giga dumbo butt and she was laying down and this dude was like putting like powdered sugar and sprinkles and frosting and shit on her butt cheeks and he's like smacking it around as hard as possible and he was dressed like a clown. It was if it's not my thing. There was nothing sexual about it for me, but I'll tell you what, it was I don't know, it was hilarious as fuck. That's how I was doing D Money's mom. But anyway, Christian abuse. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I did not see it, and I am not currently seeing it. Damn, you can go all the way. Oh wait, no, you can't. D-Money's gonna try to pay for your OF content now. Hell yeah. I mean, hell no. I don't want him seeing it. I don't want him seeing this long peanut butter BBC. What the fuck? No, D Money, where you going, D Money? No, we weren't done with you. We were not done with you. I'm gonna rebate all over D Money. I already rebated all over his mom's face. I rubbed it in like a face mask. She looked like Art the Clown by the time I was done with her. She looked like Michael Jackson in like 2007. Anyway, D Money's gone. I probably gotta leave soon too. D Money was born by immaculate conception. That's crazy. Do you think D Money's dad is gay? He doesn't have a dad. He doesn't have a dad. His mom got pumped and dumped by a big stud just like me by the time he was born. And old habits died hard. She just can't stop getting pumped and dumped by big Giga Chad peanut butter BBC having ass dudes. So I was just another in a long line. Shit happens, right? Now I'm sad. I really thought I was going to eventually get a drink out of him. Damn. If you want, I can skadoosh him post like past the fact just so you can get your drink for him. If you want. Just for you. If for nobody else, for you. Turn the other cheek, D Money. Oh, there was some cheek turning, all right. Have a good night. Y'all, let me get some Eppies. The fuck is Eppies? Is that like a Canadian chain? Like Swiss Chalet or something? I don't know. Have a good rest of your night, though. D Money gonna cycle through a couple of AI Christ drawings, then come back. Oh god, he goes cycle through one person saying like I don't know, can't end the stream until my type gives me a $2 super chat, and it just I don't know, something stupid. Dude, YouTube's a fucking wasteland. At least the shorts live algorithm, the shorts feed itself it's okay. It's just like TikTok basically. Obviously, you recommend it's not gonna be bad if you have peak entertainment. If you like peak, you'll get peak, but live feed isn't too bad. But put these three things together, and you get the shorts live algorithm, and it's awful. Unfunny Forsaken Player, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. I missed the nightly prayer. I didn't do it. Probably won't do it tonight. I want to do it to like, I don't know. My streams have been like, I don't know. It's been kind of weird recently. I do, maybe it's like has to do with the shadow ban. I'm just like still recovering from it. But D Money's still here. Let's go. Okay, yeah, just for you. Let's see, DLX Crusader. We're gonna get D Money out of here. I'm gonna skadoosh him really quickly, just for you. Sorry everybody else. I know you're having fun with him, but yeah, he can go. So DLX Crusader can get his drink. Skadoosh. Do not come back. As a matter of fact, do come back. Subscribe and come back next stream. You won't because you're a scared chicken, pussy boy, piece of shit, little bro. But yeah, have a theory that D Money was an AI bot and we're the ones who got paid it. Imagine, right? But yeah, he's skadooshed. Take your shot, DLX. What was I talking about before this? I can't remember. I don't know, probably something very stupid. Oh, my channel, like the viewership, something that haven't had to do with my viewership. What was I talking about viewership? Oh, the nightly prayer. I don't know, dude. So like, I don't know when my stream peaks anymore. It used to peak around. I used to be able to hold my peak and like get somewhere near it and hold it for like a solid hour or so. Right now it's only for like a little bit, then it falls off pretty heavy, like pretty early on. But once I get a lot of people in here, like really, really trying to dogpile, that's the perfect optimal time to do the nightly prayer. Algorithm, it's algorithm. It's all right. YouTube's done me right before. I don't think. I mean, to be fair though, they didn't have to shadow ban me in the first place. So I'm not shadow banned now, but the fact that they did in the first place, I'm giving them the side eye now. But I think I'll be all right. Jesus hates you if you don't have 20,000 viewers. Yeah. Jesus hates my guts then. There's some VODs though where I was able to get like 20,000 throughout the whole stream. I think the most I ever got in one stream was like 33,000 individual. That's fantastic. I'll take that every day of the week. Peak content? Oh, it's not peak yet. There's a lot more I want to do, and there's a lot more I will do. So Just you wait. You ain't seen the best of me yet. Believe in this highly complex world where humans are perfectly made as a clear leader of the world is something that occurred due to a random coincidence. A random blast is illogical. I'm not seeing how humans are perfectly made, though. I'm not seeing the perfection in us being able to get cancer. I'm not seeing the perfection in our appendix being able to burst randomly. I'm not seeing the perfection in us getting depression. I'm not seeing the perfection in us having allergies. I'm not seeing the perfection in the sun being carcinogenic. I'm not seeing the perfection in the universe being 68% dark energy when a planet that isn't mostly comprised of dark energy would be the thing that's, most conducive to life. I'm not seeing the perfection in 97% of our water being salt water that's undrinkable, and even like within that 3% that is, like, with there being parasites and shit that makes it undrinkable even if it is fresh. I'm not seeing the perfection in earthquakes or tsunamis or hurricanes or tornadoes or mudslides or avalanches or any of the things that have killed millions and millions and millions and millions of people. This all makes seemingly not perfect sense, but a lot more sense if a universe that otherwise couldn't care less about us being here, natural processes cause us to be here within that universe. That makes good sense to me. It makes no sense to me that God wants us to perfectly created us on a planet that barely accommodates us, and that has not accommodated us for most of its history. So, you know, if you, I'll concede design and a God as soon as you concede an imperfect, piece of shit, inefficient designer. D Money has cancer and tried to sell me laced weed is fucking crazy. Goddamn. Well, you know what? I would say I hope D Money gets chemo, but his broke ass can't afford chemo. Fuck him. Fuck him. You gonna die. Yeah. You gonna die. What's that one song? I can't remember. It's like the little Uzi song where it's like she got a little fro. She looked like Ice Spice. Where it's like you gonna die. That one. Except for D Money. You should listen to Paleface Make a Deal with the Devil. Is that a song? Is that a song? You're not leaving till the next skadoosh. I'm gonna skadoosh myself here soon. I think it'll be good for the algorithm. I'm gonna sleep and charge my phone. By y'all. Lovely meeting. Lovely meeting you too, Amaranth. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for not being like the other Amaranth content creator. I'm not gonna say what I want to say about her. She's a scamming piece of shit. Hulk Tua. And this is the last one. Pushed me over the edge. I think I'm officially drunk now. Thank you for your sacrifice, D Money. Yeah, he got crucified for your drunkenness. Let's get a W for D Money in the chat. Chemo free here. Get wrecked, Americans. Fuck you. No. God's gonna kill you now about Johnny Cash. No, not that one. My favorite Johnny Cash song is I mean, I know it's not what you asked, but I'm gonna yap about it anyway. His cover of She Used to Love Me a Lot. I fucking love that song. If copyright claims weren't a thing on YouTube, I would definitely play it. What evidence would convince you that a god actually existed? Because hypothetically speaking, an alien with a very advanced technology could trick you into thinking it's a god. I leave that up to God to figure out. At least if the god is all-knowing, or at the very least knows what would convince me that it exists and not something else. So I leave it up to it at that point. And if we claim a god that's all-knowing and also that wants a relationship, then balls on his court. Who are you talking about being a scammer? The streamer Amaranth. Do I love Hugh? I do love. Used to like her until she started pandering to conservatives or something. I forgot already. Yeah, pandering to conservatives. Not selling, but trying to market online gambling to her audience. Yeah, not great. But yeah, have a good rest of your night. Appreciate you being here. What I mean was, we clearly create as the leader of the world, and this world is so complex. I don't think complexity requires a creator. I think simplicity does. I think just because we have the inability to entirely understand the world around us doesn't mean we have to suppose like some God created it. I think that would be absurd. And us being a leader of this world, that's a complete non sequitur. If we weren't the leader of this world, but also sentient and say tigers led the world, then there's no good reason to think that a tiger god exists, right? Just makes no sense. Well, I'll give you 0.05 V bucks. I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'll let you stay at the most expensive hotel ever. Please don't make it the one in Pyongyang that's not finished. North Korea would be super interesting to visit, but I'd probably end up in a labor camp. I would love to go to North Korea. Yeah, I'd love to check it out, but then they're not letting Americans in right now. So I don't think they're letting anybody in, but yeah, definitely not American. So that's it. That's kind of it for that. But yeah, I would have loved to check it out. Uh, gosh, should know what to do to convince me. If he can, he can't because he ain't real. Yeah. The maybe only possible ways you can get out of it is that he doesn't desire to convince you and that people lied about him wanting relationships with us, or he knows that convincing you is a time sensitive thing, so he hasn't done so yet. These are, I guess, logical, right? But if the second one's true, I'm perfectly justified in saying that he doesn't exist until that day. And if the first one's true, then I'm perfectly justified in saying that the Bible's not reliable. You're South African. You can visit. Fat Daddy Kimmy, take me. I want to visit South Africa too. I want to see Cape Town, especially. Beautiful little city. At least from what I've seen in GeoGuessr, and also Johannesburg. Victoria Cakes. Yeah, what about her? Uh, labor camp means a step closer to God. I mean, technically, right? Morty, we have to end the stream now, Morty. D Money's gone anyways, Morty. Yeah, we should wrap it up. Is it 11 minutes yet? Oh shit. 111 minutes. Can I phone in 9 more minutes? Can I phone in 9 more minutes to get it up to the 2 hour mark? We're gonna try to, right? Like, surely we try here, right? All right, surely we try here. Everything is possible with God. I'm convinced in God exists, and now I'm Ebola positive. W God. You know what? Just for that, I'm convinced that God exists too. Visit Denmark. We have a mermaid statue people like to take pictures with. Oh yeah, over in Copenhagen. Yeah, I've seen it on Geotastic, GeoGuessr before, the Ariel statue. Yeah. I want to visit every single country on the planet at least once, but that's impossible, and also like, well, impossible because of North Korea, unlikely because of my current income, and also just, I don't know, a little bit too unsafe for some parts of the planet right now. You missed the point of my question, because how exactly would you tell the difference between a god reveal himself to you compared to just an alien using very advanced technology? I don't know, but God would. I don't know, but God would. Is that not fair to say? The onus of convincing me, the person that is out to be convinced, shouldn't be on me as the person, but rather on the being that wants the relationship, and that's also all powerful and can initiate the relationship, and also all knowing and knows what would convince me. Um, like, just saying like, oh, you can't establish like a reasonable threshold, so to convince you that it's a god versus just an advanced alien, just doesn't really cut it to me. It's like, sure, possible, but it's like, I'm not sure of the conclusion here. Are you saying like it's impossible to truly convince me? If so, how do you know that versus God's knowledge? It's like we're playing a hypotheticals and we have to go as far as we can with it. I don't know. I just don't see the end there. I'm gonna try to find a video. Some porn acting can be cringe. I mean, to be fair, it's not like acting or even penetration in that video. It's just imagine woman with giant cheeks lays on a table, and some dude dressed like a clown like covers her cheeks and like frosting and sugar and sprinkles and like keeps smacking the hell out of it, and it's really funny. But there's no like, like besides like smackery and tomfoolery and serendipity. There's no sexual activity going on. Studies show atheism is rising, but so is Abrahamic religions. So religions which has declined as folk religions to Hindu slash Buddhist slash Tao doesn't mean that people are accepting a real God. Yeah, atheism is on the rise in America, and Christianity and other Abrahamic religions are on the rise in non-Western countries for the most part. Not by and large, but there's a trend. Sure, but I'm not sure like how to use that fact to get to whose God is real or not. If you ever feel useless, just remember 3D Blu-rays exist. I've never had Blu-ray. My family stopped. Well, I say I did too. But I've never purchased a DVD player, but we stopped at DVDs. Before the stream ends, this chat is based apart from the one guy that has a fine mom. You know who? Yeah, he's got a smoke show of a mom. Her stanky pussy. Hell yeah. Even thinking about being in that gushy, warm rot cave just takes me back. See here. My nose is scratched and it's bleeding, not from my nostrils. I'm talking the cartilage part. Unlike which cartilage part? Like the bridge? Or the outer part of the nostril? Like where at? Why are we asking Mr. Gecko to... What? I'll let Mr. Gecko answer. Fuck it. We got 5 more minutes. What do we do for 5 more minutes? Just so I can get to the 2-hour mark. I can't wait till the streams get back on track to where I could, feel at least metrically justified for doing this for 3 hours again. If I'm like really like got to where I wanted to, I would be doing like 6-hour streams, 7-hour streams, somewhere in there. And what are you gonna do? Given the opportunity, would you enter into matrimony with me? Just for the Danish healthcare at this point, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Why not? Yeah. No, fuck that. I can't do the cold anymore. It gets cold in Denmark, does it not? They're like, are they just as north as I am? I feel like with Northern Europe, it's like more northern than I am. I don't know. Let me look up which city has an higher elevation. Let's see here, which city is more north? Let's see here. More north by 1,484 kilometers. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I can't do the cold anymore. Hawktua. I can't do this cold anymore. Fuck the cold. Can't do it. My bones are starting to ache. My back is starting to collapse on me at this point. My hair is starting to dry out. My morale is going down. My feet are starting to blister. And it's not looking too good. I need to get somewhere warm. All of that was lies, by the way. I can send you to Antarctica, enjoy the warm summers with the penguins. I will pass on that. It's surrounded by water, can't compare. Fair take. To be fair, I'm like right on the lake though, but yeah, fair take. That's a fair take. We got 3 more minutes. I don't know. I feel like I want to go over like one of my old stories. What old story would I even go over though? Just for these last 3 minutes. For these last 3 minutes, which story do I want to go over? Christianity needs to die out. I'd say I agree. Yeah, I think a good experiment. We saw where it gets the world when most people believe in it, but we can let it go now. I wouldn't outlaw it, because like then they just think, oh no, this proves it to be true. We're being persecuted all over again. Christians and their persecution complex, at least especially evangelicals, is just like you would think they have like a fucking kink for it or something. It is just odd. Everything is persecution. Everything is mockery. Everything is blasphemy. Everything except every single person bowing down on the spot, giving their life to their preferred God. It's just, It's just unacceptable. I can't believe it. Shoot. What am I gonna go over? I don't know. Tell a story of when you were on the bus and dropped your DS and it destroyed the screen. No, no, we're no, just no. Makes people believe genocide is okay. Yep, just so long as there's like an invisible dude in the sky, telling you to do so. Won't people believe in facts and logic and not alternative facts and prayers? Indoctrination is a good one. Just needing something outside of themselves or seemingly outside of themselves to get them through things. Yeah, there's a bunch of different unfortunate reasons for it, but yeah, I hate to see it, but I mean, what are you gonna do at this point? Also, we're at the 2 hour mark. That flew by. Those 3 minutes really flew by. God is real because D Money's mom is heavenly. Yeah, she's got a heavenly stench. It stinks. Nice and good. All right, let me get off of here. I don't know. Thank y'all for being here. I'm gonna reread all of my alerts. No, I'm not. I'll say thank all the gifters. Thank you all for your super chats. I do sincerely appreciate you supporting the stream. It is very, very appreciated. More than words can communicate. You've earned that money. As little as it is, as little as you think it is, I should say, as much as it is, you earned it. And to spend even a dime of it on little old me is outlandishly generous. So thank you. Thank you also for subscribing as well. Better things coming soon. I hope so. It feels hard to say that in my current position where, we gotta move out, we gotta get my computer fixed and get my software updated and do all this shit. But, I've came too far to give up now. So I'm not giving up now. We will get people critically thinking about this religion one way or the next, and all their religious beliefs for that part. Follow me elsewhere. If you're over the age of 18, join the Discord. Why not? Join the subreddit. Why not? There's nobody in the subreddit. I don't know why I advertise a subreddit. Add me on Snapchat if you're over 18. We're not doing that, right? But I just don't want to add minors. I think that's fair, right? There's nothing to talk about. Just nothing to talk about. That's it. That'll do. Sultry black man voice tells me to donate. Dude, no, the fuck I did not, man. I was thanking those who did. I was not telling you to. Also, sultry. That's how you get fucked. Who am I kidding? I'm the